All right, so there's guys out there who may spend the whole day fapping, playing video games, scrolling on Tinder, right? And they feel so crappy by the end of the day that they promise themselves, oh, tomorrow I'm going to do this, this, and this. They may write it in a notebook or write it on their phone or something and commit themselves to it, right? But they don't stick with it. Maybe they stick with it for a week or 2 weeks, but soon enough, they're back to their old ways where, again, they're wasting away the whole day and feeling like crap by the end of the day. And they're also just lonely out of their mind, right? These guys. Whereas there's other guys out there who seem to even have some of these bad habits, right? But they seem to be still winning and chilling in every aspect of life. I'm going to talk about the difference here specifically. I'll talk about a few bad habits that you need to stop, right? And just to be straightforward, I'm being sarcastic. Like, this title is clickbait. There are no bad habits you need to stop. I've been doing the self improvement shit for like 5 years, and I used to fall for these videos that talk about this. I'm gonna tell you why there's not a single bad habit that you need to stop, and I truly hope this video will help you out. And without further ado, let's dive into it. I remember clearly, I was sitting in my TV room, right, and my parents were gone for the day. And at that point, I was on NoFap, so I was really struggling to stay consistent with it though. Like, I'd stay with it for like a week or 2 weeks. I think my longest streak was maybe 2 months, right? But my brain would always come up with some excuse to fap, right? So this time my parents were gone, the TV was obviously free, and then in my brain I'm thinking, oh, I get to watch porn on the big screen. It's like this opportunity is not going to come again. Like, I should take advantage of this. So then I ended up watching porn on the TV, fapping, and then feeling super guilty about it after, right? And this was a constant cycle where my brain again would just make up excuses. There will always be some reason to fap, right? And in the moment, it would seem like a really good idea, and then I do it, and I feel really guilty about it, and I think to myself, oh, this is such a bad habit, I need to quit. And then, I'd even consume content related to it, like these other self-improvement YouTube videos about like, oh, this habit you need to stop. Oh, this is destroying your confidence, whatever, right? And this leads me to the first point. Like I said, I've struggled with NoFap literally throughout my whole self-improvement journey, right? To this day, right? I do. I watch porn considerably less now. Now that's obviously a totally separate topic, so I won't dive into it. But the point being, to this day, right? So throughout my self-improvement journey, I've struggled with it. Yet I've still managed to achieve my goal physique, and I've still managed to make the money I wanted to make, which is in the six-figure range right now, right? Now, the point I'm trying to make here is, again, there's going to be these videos and content creators who'll say, oh, you can't achieve success until you drop these bad habits. So, oh, this is weak men, bro. We have a problem with masculinity. So many weak men. You got to be a stronger man. Like, no, take that thought, throw away out the window. We don't listen to those people. They put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. Look, I could rant about this shit all day, right? And I probably will release a rant at some point. But I'll just put it like this. It's in great interest of these content creators to make you feel like you're weak or you're less than, or this is like a thing that you have to do, because then they could sell you some course about it after, like, here's my NoFap course. You know what I mean? This is like marketing 101. Make someone feel crappy, make someone touch on their pain point, and then offer them a solution, right? That's all it is. I'm not trying to say all the courses are bad, by the way. Like, some of them are useful, but more so the point I'm making is this is just all they're doing, right? This is all they're doing. And then it's just this kind of meme almost that they're feeding into this cycle of perpetuating this cycle of, oh, there's this weak man, and oh, you got to be part of the strong men, bro, and hey, here, buy my $20,000 course on how to become a strong man. Like, again, it's in their major financial benefit. A, it drives more views, of course, and B, obviously, with all the shit they're selling, it's in their major financial benefit to make you feel like that, to make you feel like crap about that, to make you feel like crap about these habits, right? That's not to say these habits are good. I don't think watching porn is like a super productive use of your time, right? But that's a whole separate topic. But the point being, recognize that they have a huge major benefit in making you feel like this, right? Making us feel like this, right? And again, this is something I could elaborate on more. Hopefully that much made sense. Maybe I'll elaborate on it in another video, but there's a few more points I want to touch on now. So the next thing that I remember, right? Or rather, let me just elaborate on the first point a little bit more. So the first point I'm really making, and I've talked about this so much in my previous videos, right, is even though I struggled with all these bad habits, right, I still, again, was able to achieve my goal, and that was just by focusing on actually doing the thing. So as long as you're showing up day in, day out, day in, now consistency, hard work, all that stuff is important, right? All that stuff is important. So if you have a habit like procrastination where you pick something up one day and then you don't do it for like 2 weeks, like of course you're not going to be successful with it, of course. But the point I'm making is if you have a bad habit like fapping to porn or whatever it may be, right? You can work on quitting that habit while on the side. The point being like quitting this habit, of course, is going to be a positive benefit in your life, but that's not what's going to drive your result. If you want to get jacked, like if you're on nofap, great. But like again, there's other benefits that come from it, sure, but it's not helping you to get jacked. And if you're anything like the old me, your goals are probably along the lines of get jacked and make money. So as long as you're doing those things day in, day in, day out, the things you need to do to make money, the things you need to do to get jacked, don't feel so guilty and so much shame about doing this. It doesn't matter, right? You just tackle that on. You take this task as shit. Oh, I slipped up a little bit. Let's hop back on the train, right? That's all you need to do here. But there's no reason to feel all this guilt or to even drop a habit if you don't even genuinely want to drop it, right? In the self-improvement space, it's like, oh, these 10 habits you need to like, no, this is very personal, right? This is very personal. Someone else may have a habit that's a problem in their life and it may not be a problem in your life. So anyway, again, that's a whole separate topic, but that's the main point I'm making here is, as you slip up here, there's no reason to feel guilt and it's like, oh my God, I won't be successful until you drop these bad habits. Like, no. Are you taking the steps you need in order to knock out these tasks? Again, for me, it was getting jacked and making money, maybe similar for you. So are you doing your work on that? And if you are, then be proud of yourself, right? Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself and recognize that these things, not staying consistent with them, is having a negligible effect on your success, right? Your success is still moving forward. And that's, of course, a great thing. Now, the next thing that I remember is, this is back in like high school, right? There was this one really attractive girl, and one of her friends told me that she was really into me as well, right? And we would be in class together, so I'd be sitting down, she'd be sitting down right beside me, right? But at that time, I was just so deadly scared of being vulnerable, right? And being rejected, right? That shit scared me to death because I always liked to think that I'm a good-looking guy, and I didn't want that facade to break, right? So I would always, in my mind, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good looking, yeah, well, whatever, but I'd never put myself out there because I was so scared of that facade breaking, right? And I think in reality, I didn't even really believe I was good looking. I just put that up as a front, right? The point I'm trying to make is, even though I knew she was attracted to me, I never asked her out. I never made a move, right? And to go to take that one step further, I touched on my goals previously, which was to get jacked to make money. The only reason I had those goals because I got into self-improvement to improve my dating life. Like, that's it, right? And I was so scared to put myself out there in that moment that I was like, oh no, I need to get jacked first, then I'll put myself out. Oh, I need to make money first, then I'm going to put myself out there, then my dating life will improve. Like, no. The number one thing, and this is like a little bonus tip, right? But the number one thing that I've learned throughout these past 5+ years of self-improvement is that even after achieving these goals, I wasn't getting the results I wanted. It's not like dates were just showing up at my door, right? And I still had to put myself out there. Now, will making money and muscle and all that stuff help with your dating life? Of course it will. Of course. But I'm saying it's not a prerequisite to start putting yourself out there, right? And when I was working so hard to get these things for, again, the 5+ years, I was miserable. Because, man, this is like, I know there's like this, again, this is another problem I see often when the self-improvement space, like, oh, go on monk mode, bro, get jacked first, make money first, then put yourself out there. Until then, just become a shut-in in your room. Like, no, take that thought, throw it way out the window. We don't listen to those people. They put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. Look, again, during that time when I was working towards these goals, I ended up achieving them, but I was just miserable. I didn't have a proper social life, didn't have a proper dating life, and it all of that just filtered down to the fact that I was so scared to put myself out there, the fact that I was so scared of vulnerability. So this is just like a bonus tip, right? Like, if you're getting on the self-improvement path and if you're maybe feeling similar, like, trust me, to start putting yourself out there now, right? Go out, improve your social life, improve your dating life, tackle these things as well. Focus on your main goals as well, don't get me wrong. But all I'm trying to say is, at least in my experience, just being a shut-in all the time and just, kind of isolating and being so deadly scared of rejection and being vulnerable, man, I lived a miserable life. I really did. I was just filled with like frustration, anger, and like sadness all the time, right? And I hope I can help you to see a different path, right? That's all I'm saying. So if any of that's relatable, vulnerability is a non-negotiable to improve your life. Whereas when we talk about self-improvement, being vulnerable, being able to put yourself out there, at least in my experience, is a non-negotiable, right? And that's just something I want to tack on there. Now, I just want to end this video off by saying, hey, Be kind to yourself throughout this process. Look, again, my self-improvement journey started from having a horrific dating life, right? And I was never like the cool kid all throughout elementary school, high school, college, right? And I had insecurities running very, very, very deep, right? As deep as like my skin color, right? I wasn't sure if people would be attracted to someone of my skin color, and I had insecurities on that front as well, right? So my insecurities ran very, very deep, and I mentioned being very miserable, right? So I was primarily motivating myself out of a place of like anger, frustration, negativity, right? Say I go to the gym, I'd be like, man, you look like shit. You gotta live, you gotta hit this PR so you can start looking good. You look like crap, and that's me being nice. I said a lot of worse things to myself, right? So again, I was always fueled from this place of negativity, frustration, committing myself to habits, slipping up on them, feeling super guilty about it, and again, it was just a miserable existence, right? So keep on showing up for yourself, doing these things that you need to do, showing up day in, day out, day in, day out. But as long as you're putting one foot in front of the other, be proud of yourself right now, right? Keep it positive. Keep it positive. Keep working hard. And I have no doubt you'll be successful, right? Hard work pays off. And this will be no exception, right? This will be no exception. Now, I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice, you run with it, right? You start putting yourself out there now, right? You don't hold back until I get money, all that. You start kind of slowly but surely being a little bit more vulnerable now, and your dating life is improving day by day by day, right? Now it's not this constant thought riding in your mind where you're scrolling on Tinder all the time, not getting any matches, just kind of stressed about it all the time. You're seeing tangible results and you're seeing major improvements on that side, right? I want you to imagine that you've also started to again work hard on the money side if money is one of your goals, right? Even if you have these bad habits, whatever, it's like you don't pay that too much mind. You don't start feeling like guilty and then waste your whole day on that. It's like, oh, I did this, whatever, and you keep pushing forward on the money side, and your money's improving day by day by day, right? But most importantly, as you do these things, as you're proud of yourself, as you're letting all this guilt and all that shit go, your confidence in yourself is increasing day by day by day, right? And you're coming out of, again, if you were in a similar situation of living that kind of miserable existence, you're coming out of that, and your quality of life in every aspect is improving day by day by day. Imagine that. And that's the path you're on. Hey, keep working hard. I believe in you, but what I believe doesn't matter. What you believe matters. So I hope you believe in yourself too. And that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Ultimately, I want this to be our positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join the community. Look, when I was starting the self-improvement shit, I've struggled, and I'm very open about it on this channel, but I struggled so much with anxieties, insecurities, all that. Anxiety especially is a major player in my life. Still is, less so now, but previously it definitely was, right? Like a lot more it was, right? And I want to set this channel up again with people who are struggling with similar things to where we can support each other. And I want to see people, again, from similar situations improve and serve as inspiration. Right, I want to have success stories in this community. I want to have all that shit. So again, because back then, I've said it a million times. Hell, I'll say it again. It truly was a miserable existence, right? And I don't think anyone should have to live like that. So again, I hope we'll be able to do that with this community. I'll leave my Instagram and TikTok in the description, also somewhere here. Please do support there as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe. All that support will help me take YouTube on full time, which will basically be a dream come true, right? My dream life is like do YouTube in the morning, do martial arts in the evening. That's like, that would be my dream life. So please do support. That will help make my dream a reality. And I'll talk to you later.